All right, welcome back. It's day 16, I believe. Something like that.
Sure.
But anyway, we just torqued the crank bolt here, 196 Newton meters. So that's how much torque that takes, 196. So that's torqued up now. We're still waiting on.
We use this thing.
Yeah, we use this thing.
Yep, you see the 196 setting.
196. Actually, I hit 203. A little over, but that's close enough. Anyway, we're still waiting on some parts for the pulley for the alternator. That's going to be coming in a couple days. It's not going to stop us from installing the motor tonight. Still got the thermostat housing to put together, but that will go together once it's in the car for installation purposes. A couple things on top will be installed later. So really all we're going to do now is we're going to get this car set up, repositioned, roll this underneath there, hopefully lower it on the motor here without any issues. So
good luck to us.
Yes, that's our plan for right now. Probably won't show it because it's going to take both of us looking at a bunch of things and making sure everything is clear. So make sure all your harnesses and everything are out of the way, especially in this area here, because the frame's going to sit here. So this probably needs to be tucked back a little bit better.
So we'll feed the harness. Harness too, remember?
And then over here too, we'll have to make sure these are clear at the end of the day. So other than that, that's about it. Just when you're doing this, just make sure you're moving slowly. In case you don't want to pinch anything or just damage anything, because you can do it very easily and very quickly.
Yep.
So, all right, I'm going to let you go. We'll continue here in a second. We've got the car raised up, and then we're going to roll the motor underneath there here. Hopefully don't hit anything in here, especially my car. So, yeah, we're going to position this underneath there and see what happens. All right, we've got it underneath here. So, like I said, you want to make sure your surroundings are clear. And then when it gets to the point here for your harness, you're going to have to start feeding that through this area right here. So, kind of keep an eye on that. And then make sure all these lines here don't get pinched. Make sure your AC lines are out of the way. Fuel lines up there. I think we're pretty good on the back. We do have some lines we'll have to keep from getting pinched because the frame's going to sit on here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But we're going to go ahead and slowly lower the car. And then we can actually raise this a little bit if we need to. But I think we're going to bring the car down to the motor at this point. All right, so we've got it a little closer now. We're starting to feed the harness through up front. Make sure this hydraulic line, I believe this is for your clutch, is clear. It's kind of leaning, so you got to watch that. Make sure your tank here is out of the way of this brace here. We may have to move this around a little bit because it's not totally in position yet. So we're going to continue to come down on this. All right, so we've got the car lowered in place now. We've got the vertical bolt here in, this horizontal bolt on both sides. They're all in, nuts are on. We're currently installing the 6 bolts in the front here on the framework. As you can see, but they're not quite lined up. We're going to have to do some maneuvering around, but I got half of them in, so we're going to have to tweak something.
More, Tom.
So Mark says he's got more in, so he's beating me. But everything's lining up. All these lines look like they need to be where they're at. So everything looks like it's going pretty good. All right, so we've got the engine in place. We've got a few of the things hooked up. We hooked all 12 bolts up front. The 4 in the back, 2 on this side, there. Same on the opposite side.
2 on the top up here, Jeff. Yeah.
And then the 2 up here. Don't forget those 2. I believe this is for ABS. Hook that up. That's hooked up now.
Our clutch and brake lines are hooked up.
Yeah, our clutch line right there is hooked up, secured. Let's see.
That's a brake line, isn't it? I believe That's a brake line. I think that's a brake line, and then that's the other one's a clutch.
Yeah, the clutch line comes up. Actually, it's right here. So it goes that way. Yeah, I think that's the brake on the other side, and the clutch is on this other.
Yeah, it's a brake and clutch over here.
Brake and clutch on the left, brake on the right. Same thing on the left side here. If you're doing this, don't forget to hook your 2 lines up here. Parking brakes hooked up. The 2 upper bolts here is hooked up. Like I said, the 2 aft here and there. So there and there, those are secure now. Like I said, the 6 on this side and the front side here, they're all torqued up, secure. So the motor's pretty much in position now. Like I said, we just got to go ahead and secure all the stuff up front. Our harnesses and that we've got to run yet. We've got to put some more things in the exhaust. Throttle cable, and that all needs to be hooked up yet.
Oil box.
Yeah.
Has to be set in there.
So fuel lines. So we've got all the lines up here that have to be done yet, but we're going to go ahead and probably do that a different day. It's getting late. So big thing we wanted to do is get this secured in the car, and it looks like we've accomplished that tonight. So guys, stay tuned for another day of this. But the next day, it looks like we should get a lot further or almost complete this. It's getting awful close. So we can't wait to get this thing started to see how it runs after the head work. Hopefully we have no issues and it runs like...
Let's call it a cat.
That's it. That's it. So anyway, hey, stay with us and subscribe and tell your buddies, and we'll catch you next time.